Hi, my name is Kenneth Lee, and I will tell you about our game Deserted. I wanted to make a turn-based tactics game which utilizes delayed actions that will have the actions execute in a future undetermined state to induce the player to have to make educated decisions using just current information to plan ahead. Okay, so my game has two core mechanics. I have one, a tactile grid, and the second is I have an action bar. Now, the action bar, I drew a lot of inspiration from Child of Light. It has this type of dynamic turn ordering that's induced by having characters move along this action bar, and they're able to have their turn selection when they reach a specific point on this bar. Now, so our game handles the action bar slightly different than Child of Light. Child of Light has all the characters moving along one bar, and they move along it at different speeds. We actually opted to have a unique bar per character, and having all the characters move through at the same rate. However, we represent the speed by the lengths of the bars. This is because when the game is paused, and you don't know the exact rate at which they move through, you can now gauge what you could possibly get off before an opponent and what they could possibly be at in the action bar just by looking at the lengths of the bars. So in this way, we've reduced the uncertainty of when they're going to do their actions, but now what I wanted to emphasize was the aspect of predicting what exactly they would do. The battle grid, the huge inspiration of it came from a game called Mega Man Battle Network, in which that game was a real-time game in which attacks would hit certain patterns on the grid. And what I liked about that game was it made certain positions more advantageous due to the positionings of the enemies and your current character. So I just introduced two of our main mechanics, and so the way that I've tied it together in my game is that I have the players interacting on this board using the spatial components of the board, but then the choices that they make are not just what's currently on the board, but what they predict the opponents may be able to do based on the current state in the action bar. Okay, so I came into this semester with our initial conception of our idea. However, it was not really the type of game that was suited for this game design class. We make a lot more style of games that are easy to pick up, easy to play, very intuitive controls, mostly platformers, sometimes a bit of puzzlers. However, my game had a much higher learning curve. And I realized that I had to make a very lean game with retaining the initial essence. So I tried to get as much mileage as I possibly could with just the idea of using position and time. And in the whole process, we had a lot of playing with each other. That's how we balanced all the things. We would sit hot seat on one computer and just basically play PvP with it versus each other. And this whole process has been only 2 months, and we've gone so far. We tried, we iterated. Every 2 weeks, we have to have something to showcase. We're 1 week away from our beta release and 3 weeks away from the final release. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video, and thank you so much for your time.